love chips. It is the first time I am taking a belly dancing workshop. It is his first encounter with chips. The chips, a symbol of the rotten West, were inaccessible during the communist regime. After the regime collapsed, they were one of the most expensive imports on Polish shelves. I bent the knee to drop the hip and straightened the knee to lift the hip again and again. My dad, in his corner, lifts each chip to his mouth and crunches over and over. Not unlike a burlesque show, we each indulge in the forbidden. The belly dancing coach says, imagine you have your arms full of groceries and push the car door shut with your hip. I recall my dad getting lost years ago, his first time in an American supermarket. I imagine him hiding there until they closed the shop, wandering between the aisles and snacking from every possible shelf. Now he's my only child in the corner of the room, an empty bowl in his hands. Later that day, he will tell me he's not hungry and won't have dinner. The closer you are to the ground, the easier it will be for you to find the balance, the coach says. How we both try. And this poem became particularly dear to me because even though this belly dancing and chips, story is comic, my dad passed away actually a year ago, so it's a way also of me remembering him in a tender and humorous way, and just helps me. Poetry sometimes helps to walk us through grief, hopefully. So that's why I started with this poem. And the second poem I want to read before we announce the winners actually is a poem I wrote also during the pandemic. And where is it? Let's see. And it's one of the diagnostic poems. So I have the poems in which a psychiatrist or a poet diagnoses or misdiagnoses birds. And during COVID, I learned to appreciate titmice and sparrows and chickadees. Spent a lot of time with them. I also drove to Massachusetts and saw my first snowy owl, but this poem is about the sparrow. Tiny throat diagnosis. A sparrow, tired of being a sparrow. The injustices mount. Little brown jobs, ubiquitous and invisible. Always the same seat. Humans don't even bother to use their binoculars. Would anyone even please be able to notice that there are the Bachman sparrow, grasshopper sparrow, sharp-tailed sparrow, seaside sparrow, lark sparrow, olive sparrow, sage sparrow, chipping sparrow, clay-colored sparrow, fox sparrow, savanna sparrow, and vesper sparrow. With such names, the sparrow could be a prophet. Then to her the song ship, the twirl, the covenants would belong. Venerable Bede, in his ecclesiastical history of the English people, says, the soul is a sparrow that passes through the hall of a king. Or she could be the queen of kinkiness, just like a salt marsh sparrow, each of her eggs in a nest with different DNA. She could be a powerful aphrodisiac. Nymphomaniac witches disguise themselves as sparrows. In the meantime, I am giving her a short test. I'm sprinkling crumbs. Do you swing on branches? Do you feel A, little to no interest in flying, B, guilt, C, lack of preference for art, D, aversion to singing, E, desire to fly into glass windows? Do you prefer being called a slut, William Carlos Williams, a sad sparrow, cliché, a pet of courtesans, Greeks, an amorous sparrow, Elizabeth Bishop. Let's look at what you eat. What feeders do you frequent? It's a sunflower oil deficiency. I prescribe turmeric, which helps with inflammation. I prescribe Wordsworth, who wrote, "Man's life is like a sparrow, mighty king." But sad sparrow, first read Catullus, in which a girl keeps you tenderly in her lap. Thank you. Good, I can move. Our middle school winner, also very impressive poem, evocative images, as you will hear, keen eye for composition, I would say, and a knack for specific sensory details. It's a short poem, but dense.
Spring. Yellow grass playing peekaboo with the fresh snow. Patches turning green. Squirrels running through trees. Mama birds preen their young. Soft winds blow. The sunbeams slowly beat down. Hot air warms my face. Ice melts and water rises. Moist soil in between my toes. This is spring in New Hampshire.
Okay, good. So we have a high school winner, which impressed me with the depth of the content. So there is wisdom in it, and you'll see why, okay? We often write about landscape, and we show off with, alliterations and sibilants, but here you'll see the relationship is important.
I'm not in high school.
Thank you. Is it working?
The winner wants to remain anonymous. That's an amazing that a poet would want to remain anonymous, because most of us are hoping to become immortal, which is, the beauty of New Hampshire. New Hampshire is a beautiful state with lots of old and new roads to take. The road slopes through the mountainside where moose and turkey are easy to find. But the most beautiful part is not the view, but the power of friendship through and through. Friendship's a powerful thing. It's in the minds of everything. Friendship is also a powerful tool. It's how I met a girl from school. The girl's smart, funny, and kind. I'm so glad our lives have intertwined. Now when I go to school, I know my friendship with her will only grow. I'm glad she's my friend. Oh yes, that's true, because friendship's the beauty of New Hampshire too.
So we are now going to have another short musical interlude with Carl.
Hi everybody. Poetry is wonderful, and I really like the idea that young people, they're great and they're taking an interest in it. Myself, I'm hooked on songwriting, and I think it's the same as poetry in many ways. That we've it's a release of our emotions, and it's a way, therapeutic, you know, and people wonder why do you want to write songs anyways, but I think just like poetry, we really can't help it. You know, we can't help it. So this song I wrote quite a few years ago, but it was at a point where I was probably pretty sad, but at the same time I was seeing a little bit of light coming through that made it all okay. How's the volume on that? Is it good? It's called Come On Sunshine. Come on sunshine, warm my soul. Come on rain, wash away my pain. Gentle breeze, blow away my blues. Gonna walk this highway till I find a man. Get off this train, try and start again. I lost my baby, my best friend. Come on sunshine, warm my soul. Come on rain, wash away my pain. Gentle breeze, blow away my blues. called Ordinary Life. And I guess it speaks to that, you know, even the simplest things are really are very powerful and important in our lives. So. Wood stacked high. What is done? Smells so good. Supper's on. With hot tea there to greet me. Warms my heart so complete. So completely, so completely. It's just another little slice of an ordinary life. Simple joy that everyday life can bring. Snow drifts down on this quiet night. We're safe and warm by the wood stove tonight. We let the world slip on by while we're lost in the firelight. Firelight, firelight. more poetry.
Thank you for this lovely intermission. And now it's time for adults to show their poetry. And we have a tie between third place winners. So we have two winners. One of them is Christopher Dornin, and the poem is entitled Church on Piper Mountain. And I want you to pay attention to how integral this poem is. So each image ties to its essence. And I was particularly struck by two images. There are shivering vestries of blueberries, low to the rock, in generations of moss. And another image that really struck me is a hawk circling the infinite vaults of the nave in slow primeval glide. Please welcome our third prize winner, Christopher Dornin.
This describes the top of Piper Mountain the way it looked about 30 years ago. I couldn't get up there now, and I don't know if it's still there. But it was, my wife went up with me, yeah. Church on Piper Mountain. Our village church had a balding minister, a white-haired congregation, and a two-part choir. All of them are long dead. We sometimes gathered in a high place far from the road. Its choirs of blueberries shivered low to the rock in generations of moss. We took the elements up the climb to a granite throne that faced the wind shadows of Lake Winnisquam and Lake Winnipesaukee. A hawk in slow primeval glide circled the infinite vaults of the nave. The nails that bound together the worm-littered beams of a wilderness cross rusted into feathers. We sang a cappella in pews sculpted by the Ice Age. A man with a cane led us down the easy trail to our less lonely lives in the valley.
The most resonant image is the one of silence, and you will experience that. The image of a girl playing violin, but we cannot hear the music and it lingers, so we only hear it through the window. And this is often what poetry is, right? It's like storming the walls of mystery. We're trying to get there, and I didn't know she wouldn't be here, so be patient. Rising with the sap. You would not call them blocks, those obscure streets where people live. Their driftings trace the hem of Manchester. I drove there once at dusk, my windows down, in the sleepy perfume of gardens and the insect's dreamy jaw, and past a house whose screen porch angled round. The only lamps yet lit were deeper in tradition rising with the sap. Something that never died alive today. Look up and read the signs. Our ancient friends and enemies return. Much further north, scientists watch a pair of mating wolves that think they keep the sunlit glades alone. and I myself have caught not one, but 2 eagles aloft, at play with altitudes and circles that don't touch, while far below, in full orchestral thunder and white burl, negotiating countless crevasses, in massive sides of mammoth granite blocks, bait the great waters of the Amaskak. Okay, good. Time for second prize. The tension is rising. So the second prize goes to Sarah Bacher for her poem Lucky Snake. And I don't know if you know T.S. Eliot's definition of poetry. One of his definitions of meaning in poetry is like giving a bone to the guard dog while the robbers are robbing the house. And you know, it's a dream of every poet to write a poem where we are in we get in touch with the subject of the poem, and the poem takes us away from ourselves and takes us somewhere we didn't expect to go, right? So when I first read this poem, I thought, okay, the poem is revolving around the topic of frustration, weeding the garden, but then something lovely happens, and you'll see what it is when you hear the poem.
Thank you, Eva. Because this is titled Lucky Snake, my poem required a thinner page. Actually, this is how I write all my poems. I have a page and I put a big X through it, and then I don't have to be pressured, and so then I tear off and then I write something. So this is a lucky snake. Weeding, despair, too late to rescue my daylilies from months of crabgrass, pigweed, common couch. I pull close to the root like tearing hair, a careless giant's grassy hair, matted with vines and thorns. Sticky with sweat, I stoop to clear some breathing room and call the lilies' names. Shadow play, cold harbor, ruffled apricot, pink pearl. Between dead stalks, I find a snake skin, white and dry and cold. 2 feet of pattern, perfect until I lift it. Oh, little snake, I never saw you, never knew you lived here too, but I am glad to find the self you shed, reminding me of all the good that lives invisibly, as I am as invisible to you.
Wow, all the good that lives invisibly, what a lovely ending. And shedding the skin, right, of the snake, it's what poetry does too, right? So, ta-da! The first prize goes to Alison Cummings, and the title goes as Ode to the Penultimate Snows. And this poem delighted me in many ways, on many levels. Alliteration, sibilance, you hear it. It just is snow making music. But also there is a bit of a trajectory, surprising trajectory, because we start with an ode, but really it turns into elegy, and you will know why. And it's a bit like a requiem, and a haunting final line. So please welcome Alison Cummings.
Thank you, and thank you all for coming. I'm a Yeah, I love snow. I know that's a tough sell today, but, and I love the words for winter, so you'll hear that. Ode to the penultimate snows. When snow days still the city, we goggle balaclavas to glide in grooves, carve snow caves in 9-foot drifts to hide in white hush, pack snowballs to ambush siblings, or sculpt ghosts in scarves. Skate above black lakes bearing tracks of ski-doos, fishing shacks at midnight near. Sniff the glittering wind sifting through a crystal palace of birch and fir, swaddling the stumpy ruts of summer sweat in sastrugi ridges, fattening apples and quince, sub-zeros slowing the adelgid, chewing a steady path north. Inside, frost feathers the windows each side of the solstice, mirrors the hemlock's lace at dawn. In portraits and paintings, we freeze winter's evanescent splendor like birthday photos of elders our grandchildren will not know or mourn.
I really want to ruin the picture. Nice job.
We're going to have another few songs.
I think I should prove that I don't just write really slow. And I challenge the interpreter here to keep up with me. I'm very curious. The name of the song is Grease Monkey Cowboy. It's possible. It's possible. Okay, that's it. I don't know. I don't
She's
know.
looking at the symbol.
It's kind of a snapshot of like a guy that's the backyard mechanics, you know. Work all day down at Cause's garage, changing oil, doing brake jobs. I complain a lot, but it pays for my parts. It lets me use this lift for my car. Got a stall in the barn out back for working, rebuilding my 427. Got snap-ons to die for that I haven't paid for, and grease trapped in the cracks of my skin. I raced around and round, just tasting burning rubber, octane in my veins. Pushing that right foot, heel and toe down, shit, grabbing that inside lane. Crowd is screaming, gotta believe, and it's all a possibility. I'm a grease monkey cowboy, just a knuckle-busting yahoo, riding down his checkered flag dream. Well, it's quiet in the barn, working late at night, just papers and the moths and the light. Lucky hangs there, 'cause he really cares, providing me with doggy advice. Sometimes my friends drop by, drink a few beers and get high, laughing and talking around that two-frame orbit about girls and modified rides. I raced around and round, just tasting burning rubber, cool octane in my veins. Pushing that right foot, heel and toe down, shift, grabbing that inside lane. Crowd is screaming, gotta believe it, it's all a possibility. I'm a grease monkey cowboy, just a knuckle-busting yahoo, riding down this checkered flag dream. Flat Rock to Sonoma, back to Oklahoma, wanna drink in that racetrack wine. Yeah, that engine revving, pack my bags for heaven, round and round, circuit bound. I raced around and round, it's tasting burning rubber, cool octane in my right foot heeling toward Township, grabbing that inside lane. The crowd is screaming, gotta believe, and it's all a possibility. I'm a grease monkey cowboy, just a knuckle-busting yahoo, riding down his checkered flag dream. Grease monkey cowboy, riding down his checkered flag dream. Yeehaw! Of course, we have no idea like whether you got that right or not. What do we want to do? Do we want to do another song? Anybody want to hear another song? Is it over?
Yeah, do another song.
Well, this, okay. Can we just do Baby and Sue?
Sure.
Okay. This one I wrote a while ago too, about some girl I know. I'll let you figure out who it is. I like the way she smiles at me. It makes me feel so complete. It's you, baby, it's you. Pretty eyes, soft and deep. And when she sings, oh so sweet, it's you, baby, it's you. It's you, baby, it's you. It's you, baby, it's you. She's crazy about dogs and growing flowers and watching old westerns with Lee. She can't read enough, but best of all, she's crazy about home. She laughs at all my silly jokes and springs a smile when I'm feeling low. It's you, baby, it's you. It's you, baby, it's you. It's you, baby, it's you. When she's away, I don't know what to do, 'cause I'm missing those I love you. It's you, baby, it's you. It's you, baby, it's you. It's you, baby, it's you. She's crazy about dogs and growing flowers and watching old westerns with Lee. She can't read enough, but best of all, she's crazy about me. She laughs at all my silly jokes and brings a smile when I'm feeling low. It's you, baby, it's you. It's you, baby, it's you. It's you, baby, it's you. It's you, you, baby, it's you. It's you. It's you. It's you. It's you.